long do negative items really stay on your credit report? If you have negative items on your credit report, you're probably thinking, okay, how long does this stuff stay on here? Is there a way that I can get it off faster? Can I do it through disputing, or what all of my options? Okay, let's go ahead and get right into today's information. Okay, so first things first, negative items, they don't last forever. Okay, but each type has its own timeline. Okay. So most negative things on your credit report, and this is not just, I think that sometimes people they associate negative and they say, all right, it's going to be different. Even if something is positive, what really matters is what's not reporting anymore. So, for example, if it's something that's positive, but it was closed, then it's going to stay on your credit report for 7 years, just as long as a negative item. Okay. Clear. Just because it's negative doesn't mean it has a different timeline because it's negative versus being positive. Okay. So let me know if you guys understand that. All right. Negative marks like late payments are on your credit report for 7 years. Okay. Now, this also includes late payments. We're talking charge offs, collections. Everything is going. You have three rules. You have the 7 year rule, you have the 2 year rule, and then you have the 10 year rule. Okay. So again, you got to make sure and what makes the most sense. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about that. All right. Next is going to be bankruptcies. Bankruptcies can last even longer, up to 10 years, depending on the type. Okay. So I forgot to type this in. This means that, of course, if it's a chapter 7, that's going to stay on your credit report for 7. I'm sorry. If it's a chapter 7, it's going to stay on there for 10 years. If it is a chapter 13, if it's a chapter 13, it's only going to stay on there for, so 7 is 10 years. Why is that? Well, to be honest with you, I think it's more, I honestly think that they're just being petty. I think that they're being petty because they say, okay, a chapter 7 is everything being wiped away. So they're kind of doing you a favor. So because of that, that stays on there for 10 years. Also, it means that you qualified for a chapter 7 as well, too. As we know, sometimes income plays a role. So it's more so like, hey, this person filed a chapter 7 back in the day. Okay. Now, is that going to kill your chances later down the line? No, but again, it is there. All right. Then, of course, you have the chapter 13. Again, still a bankruptcy, but that stays on there for 7 years. Okay. Then let's go into the 2 year rule. Now, the 2 year rule essentially means that something's going to stay on your credit report for 2 years. The only thing that does that is going to be inquiries. Okay. That's why I tell people don't spend too much time worried about inquiries. Okay. Please do not spend a lot of time being worried about increase. Okay. So that's what you got to know there. Let me go ahead and adjust my size here so you guys can see the full screen. Okay. There you go. All right. So that's how you want to do that. Next is, by the way, guys, we do have our 850 Club Elite. This is how you've been seeing so many people increase their credit scores, qualify for homeownership, lowering their car payments. This is how people have been doing it at record speed. Okay. The price is increasing tomorrow. Okay. So listen, you most definitely want to go ahead and get started tonight so you don't forget. The price is going up on inside of the 850 Club Elite. So make sure that you guys are getting access. How can you guys get access? You can scan the QR code right there on your screen, or you can go ahead and click the link that is inside of the chat. Okay. Or you can take out your phones if you're watching this on your TV screen, and you can actually scan the QR code right there on your screen, guys. But the price is increasing. We've added so much to the 850 Club Elite. You get early access to interviews and so much more. But either way, again, if you want to accomplish your credit goals faster, that's where you want to be. All right. So now, next, the clock from the start of the first delinquency. Okay. Not the most recent collection activity. A lot of people think this, they get confused. They say, well, oh, I have this collection and it got sold to another collection company. Therefore, it restarts my 7 year window. No, not at all. Not at all. Okay. The clock starts from the date of the first delinquency. So once it becomes a collection, I don't care if 10 companies buy it, it's still for 7 years. They can't keep restarting a clock. A lot of times people talk about these things, but that's not the case. Okay. Many people think that if they pay the collection or they do something that updates the collection, right? Settling it, whatever. It restarts a 7-year clock. Guys, that's not true. That's not true at all. Okay. So again, that's why sometimes people say things like, oh, don't pay your collections. Let me tell you something. I recommend now, if you're to do something, then you can do it. I'm gonna also tell you this: collections actually end up getting taken to court, regardless if they're on your credit report. But we got an interview coming up that's going to answer a lot of these other questions as well too. But again, that 7-year, again, it does not restart that 7-year clock. That is a myth. Okay. Next is the reporting period is tied to the original date. Okay. The reporting period is tied to the original date. Okay. So again, the first time that you went delinquent, no matter what, you got to know these things. You got to know these things. Okay. Hold on. I'm letting the elite know that I am live now. I'm alive now. They'll get on me for real. Okay. Let me put this in here so we can get the elite, you guys being here per usual. Let me make sure I got this in here at 8. I have to make sure I had that in there. All right. So now that's what that means, guys. So no matter what happens to this, you're going to be in good shape. Okay. You're going to be in good shape. Okay. Now let's continue. All right. Next is some items can be removed early. Okay. Some items can be. I put some in here because I'm different than a lot of people that are in this industry. Most people in this industry, they pretty much make it seem like you don't have to pay anybody. You could just have an account, let it do whatever, you pay it, you don't pay it. And then all of a sudden, you could just make it go away. I'm not saying that there's not a way to make everything go away. Is that we spend so much time trying to figure out how to get things removed than to say, okay, how can I change me here? Was it sometimes some of you a credit situation, but in reality, you have an income situation. You have an income problem. You may not be making enough money, or you're making enough, but then most of the money is not going to where it's supposed to go to. Anyway, errors, outdated information, or duplicate accounts can often be disputed for faster removal. Okay. They can often be disputed for faster removal. Okay. So again, you got to know what's going on, guys. You got to know what's going on. Okay. So again, outdated can also be disputed for faster removal. Okay. Now, anything can be disputed. I want to be clear on this. I've had clients dispute their name because it was spelled incorrectly. You should dispute that if your name is spelled incorrectly. If your name has been updated, you should dispute that to make sure it's correct. You want everything to be correct and accurate on your credit report. Why is that? Because when you apply for things that don't ask for a lot of documentation, credit cards, personal loans, they may deny you because things aren't matching. But when you're doing like an auto loan or a mortgage where it's like more money, they're going to ask for more documentation. So they'll see that your name is misspelled, but they won't deny you for that because they'll say, oh, we got proof that this is her name, not she's trying to be somebody else. Does that make sense? Even accurate accounts may sometimes be negotiated for a goodwill deletion or settlement. Okay, what does that mean? So there have been, like, for example, if you have a late payment, right? And then you say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and send a goodwill letter. Okay, you do that. And then they remove it. That's an accurate item that has now, okay? Same thing with a settlement or a pay for delete. You have a collection on your credit report. It's 100% accurate. I'm saying that if it is, right? You arrange a settlement or pay for delete, you pay them, they remove it, everybody's happy. Okay? So again, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Let me tell you something. People get, I will say probably one of the top 3 things. I don't go through all 3, but at least one of the top things for sure. One of the top things that people can't stand about disputing is when something comes back on the credit report. There's one for sure way that it can never come back. And that's if you make a payment arrangement. I know no one wants to talk about that, but I'm just letting you know that's always an option. It can be your last option, but do know it is an option. Okay. You are in control. Somebody put that in the comments. You are in control. You are in control. Okay. You are in control of who you pay. You are in control of who you don't pay. You are in control about what happens after you make those decisions. Okay. Nobody's perfect, but still, you still got to say, okay, this I need to still have a strategy. Okay. Now, number 3, you can also use the early removal request letter, which is it's a request for something that's within 1 to 3 months of 7 years. Now, I want to pause right here. Okay. Number 1, you can type one up. Now, all of our elite members have access to the early removal request letter. What's crazy is I've seen someone get something removed with this letter, and it was over 12 months. I don't think it was 18 months, but it was most definitely older than a year. But on average, it's about 1 to 3 months of 7 years. So when something's about to fall off, it is negative. Here's something else I want you guys to, because again, I got to set expectations. As negative items, or really, again, even positive items, as positive or negative items get closer, as positive or negative items get closer to that 7-year removal, it has a lower value. If you get a late payment tomorrow, your credit score will more than likely drop 20 to 40 points. Easy. But that late payment is not worth 20 to 40 points 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 7 years from now. Okay. Most of the time, you don't even see it in your payment history. You know why? Because in the algorithm, usually with most algorithms, they're looking at the last 4 to 5 years, on average 4 years. Okay. Different scoring models go a little bit further back. But again, because it's so old, they're like, who knows what could have happened at that time frame. Banks care about what you've done in the last 90 days. Okay. The new algorithms that are coming out, they care about what you've done as 90 days, 3 to 6 months. That's all they really care about. They don't care about what happened last year. They don't care about what happened 3 years ago. They care about who have you been recently? How many accounts have you opened? How have you used those accounts recently? Okay. So again, that's what you got to, what you got to understand. Okay. Next, you need to know what's temporary versus what's permanent. Here's why. A charge off or collection, it might hurt you now, but it doesn't define your financial future forever. Banks are not going to keep declining you for these collections. Let me explain something to you. I get people approved for homes every single month that have evictions on their credit report. Yes, you can buy a home if you have an eviction on your credit report. Yes, you can buy a home, but yes, you can qualify. Yes, you can get into the 700s if you have a charge off on your credit report. Yes, you can get into the 700s if you have a collection on your credit report. Yes, you can get into the 700s if you had a late payment on your credit report. Yes, you can get into the 700s if you've had child support. Now, I'm not saying don't take care of these kids. I'm just letting you know that, again, doesn't matter what the negative item is on your credit report. Nothing will slow down. No, I'm sorry. Nothing will keep you from ever getting 700s. The thing is that you just don't know how to get there, and not in a bad way. You just listen. You don't know what you don't know. Someone put that in the comments for the people that's just coming in. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know that if you add this account or 3 accounts, that you'll never that you'll get to a point that you've never seen your credit score before. I got people that's watching this channel right now that have never seen the 600s. I got people watching this right now. Every time they go to the dealership, they're there for hours. Their dealership got to tell them to come back. I got people watching this right now, car limit over 1,000. I've got people watching this right now. They've been paying rent their entire lives. They never thought about home ownership. If you can afford home ownership in your area, about 85 to 90% of areas in the United States of America, you can purchase property. If you can't buy there, then I get it. But most people can. Okay. Now, on the other hand, good credit habits can outlast and outweigh past mistakes. Okay. They don't care about that repossession. What have you done after that? They don't care about that bankruptcy. What have you done after that? They don't care about the collection. They don't care about the eviction. They don't care about the child support. They don't care about the late payment. They don't care about all this stuff that people think is just hurting them. They care about what you've done recently. Now, if that happened, well, Calvin, I just had to repossession recently. I just had to charge off recently, right? Then I hear you. But guess what? Seconds are going every single day. You just need a strategy. You need to be around people that believe in you. You need to get either get a strategy, you need the information, because that's all it really is. The only thing, there's two things that's holding you back from where you say you want to be. There's going to be two things. One is going to be information. The second is going to be execution. One is going to be information. The second is going to be execution. Now, what does that mean? That means you are where you are right now because you either don't know what you need to do, or worse, you know what you need to do and you refuse to do it. Right? Now, obviously, I get it. You know, it's like working out, eating right. It's like, got to do it. Right? We know we need to. But see, something like this is really just a matter of doing it and not doing it, throwing money at it or not throwing money at it. Right? So I promise you, working out more consistently is way easier than paying a bill on time. Because if you got the money, just pay the bill. But if you got the money at the account, if you qualify, then get the, whatever that suggestion is for you. Okay. So again, you got to know where you are. But here's the deal, guys. We can help you. We can help you. Check this out. Listen, this isn't just a collage of random people. These are people that I talk about all the time on this channel. And don't worry, I'm gonna make a new collage because we got actually a lot more photos than this. A lot of 2018, 2019. So we got so many more photos than this. I just haven't put none together really. But anyway, for years, people have been coming to me and saying, help me buy a home, help me buy property, help me increase my credit score, help me get a better car, help me get into a lease, help me move. I'm not packing stuff up. I'm talking, they must be talking about buying a house or something. Okay. Again, people I know, people I don't know. 90% of the people I've helped are people I do not know. I've never met them in my life, but the word gets around because the success stories get around. Okay. So listen, I don't care what race you are. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you're retired. You're watching this for a reason. I want to help you. I'm letting you know that help exists. Okay. What kind of help are we talking about? Why don't you ask Antoine? Antoine, listen, he says he's never been in the 700s. Let me zoom in. He says, I've never been in the 700s. Okay. I used to just dispute, but I started learning and strategizing and listening to Calvin and the 850 Club. Truly blessed. Shout out to Antoine. Again, it's a strategy to get there. It's a strategy, especially as you get older. Okay. But again, here, let me move myself down a little bit. Move myself down. You guys getting this? Okay. Again, he is a part of the elite. He's been listening. He's been actively applying things. He wants to buy property for him and his family. Do you think he qualifies now? The answer is yes. He went from not qualifying to qualifying. Let's keep going. William Evans. He says, I have a win. My credit score went up 32 points from getting my game plan. It's working, people. It works. Of course it does. Been doing this for a long time. Okay. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you all. Again, he is a part of the elite. Shout out to Carl. Look at this, guys. Went from a 563 April 1st to a 647 April 28th. He followed the instructions. You guys see this? Y'all not blind. Okay. Only in the 850 Club Elite. They're increasing their credit scores faster. Now, don't get me wrong. Listen, I can't lie to you all. Do I get emails that say, Calvin, I was binge watching your videos. I took a screenshot the other day. Somebody said, man, Calvin, my credit scores went up 100 points. All I do is just watch your videos. Of course, he watches, obviously other stuff on YouTube in general. But he said, man, listen, all I did was binge watch these certain videos and my credit score is going up 100 points. He says, I'm in here for life. Okay. So again, you could do that. But if you want to get there faster, listen, whatever speed you want to go at, we're always here for you. Okay. But either way, guys, let's go into the comment section real quick. We got the 850 Club Elite is in the building. I know that they are in the building. Okay. Let me go ahead and move myself over here. All right. Like I said, guys, price increase is tomorrow for the 850 Club Elite. So many great things that you guys get access to inside the 850 Club Elite. Okay. Matter of fact, let me show you guys. Let me give you guys a sneak peek real quick before we continue. So hold on one second. I want to show you what it looks like. Can I give you guys a sneak peek? I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek real quick. Watch this. All right. So here, check this out. So this is the 850 Club Elite right here. Okay, guys. This is it right here. Let me go ahead and make myself a little bit smaller so you guys can actually see what's going on. So check this out, guys. First off, you get in, okay? We give you what, of course, there's a lot of things that we're doing right now. Right now, we have the race to 1,000. So this is where we're trying to help everybody increase their credit scores collectively to 1,000 points, okay? So there's a lot going on right now. A lot going on. Then we have what you call elite power talks. Okay. You guys remember? Not remember. You guys know when I'm interviewing people. Let me show you guys because we got it in the classroom here. When I'm interviewing people, okay, many of the guests stick around. Okay. So YouTube, check this out. This is a new interview. Key on the channel before. She has over 60. Well, she's been approved for over 100 different credit cards, and she keeps in rotation 40 to 50 credit cards. She takes a vacation every single month just by using. You all won't see this interview until next month. Well, Calvin, that's maybe 3 to 5 weeks just because we have a schedule. But the elite can watch this as many times as they want to. Here's another thing I want you guys to pay attention to. Look at that time on this. Hour and 6 minutes. The interview was about 25 to 30 minutes. She stuck around for 30 minutes because she wanted to answer questions. I know many of you all have seen the guests that I've had here. These are okay. Some of them stick around, not all of them, depending on schedules and times and things of that sort, but they stick questions. Man, amazing information. Having a great time there. Can't wait till you guys see that one. Okay. Then, of course, we have the next one here. Business funding mistakes. LaJuan is in the house. You guys will see this one next month in about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Business funding mistakes that people make. Okay. Now, again, check this out. This is, I don't know why it shows how long it doesn't show how long it is. Hey, what's going on, guys? Either way, guys, that is an hour and 4 minutes. An hour and 4 minutes. That conversation was about 30 minutes. He stuck around for 30 minutes to answer questions about business funding mistakes that people make. Okay. Then, of course, we got John Skiba here. He gonna kill me for this little thumbnail. That's not the thumbnail, but that's the little shot there. But we was talking about what's going on in the collection industry. People being taken to court for collections and what their rights are, what they can do. He did the interview and stuck around. Look at that. 1 hour and 46 minutes. Now, it wasn't all him at the end. I know I jumped in at the end as well, too. But he stuck around for at least half an hour. For answering questions, access to until next month. But even when you do get access to it, there are questions that you have for the expert. We get you access to that. Right now, we have our 90-day home buyer challenge. Our 90-day home buyer challenge, where we help people get qualified for home ownership. Okay, it's doable. If you want to increase your credit score, listen, watch this. Watch this. Let me show you. All you got to do is click on your credit score range, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. The 3 credit cards are beat lines and authorized users, understanding collections and settlements, understanding the dispute process, right? How to file a complaint with the CFPB. The dispute letter's already ready for you. Everything is turnkey ready for you. Okay. If you want to lower your car payment, we show you how to do that. And it goes on and on and on. All right. And then I want to show you guys where everybody's at real quick. Let me show you. Let me show you guys where everybody's at, man. Y'all got to see this. Watch this. This is so, again, there are people all over the United States of America, this community. Okay. They're a part of this community. Let me zoom in a bit. So again, you guys can see we got people from Jersey over here, Massachusetts in the house, Ohio, Kentucky, Atlanta's deep. Okay. Near, of course, in Memphis, of course. Shout out to Memphis in the house, Texas, right? Albuquerque, Nevada, California, you name it. There. Again, now, of course, shout out to Miss Barnes. She just joined as well, too. By the way, she's saving a lot of money, too. But check there. Okay. Now, watch this. Watch this. Then I'm going to show you guys the calendar. Okay. So we show you everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. Okay. We have an orientation that's going to be coming up here very soon. We have, of course, our Mortgage Mondays as well, too. All right. This is where our Park Place Realty team, for those who don't know, we own a real estate firm, 5-star Google rated real estate firm. And this real estate firm, they are in there. And again, he's in there. This is every Monday in a 90-day challenge and going into segments. Okay. About home property up to 4 units. Okay. And listen, then every Wednesday, we do a coffee and credit. This is where you get a chance to talk to me. You can ask questions. And we, of course, make sure that we motivate people. People be going through some stuff, but that's what the community is all about. We're positive. We want you to win. When was the last time you got around some winners? But anyway, I don't want you guys to be bored. Well, I just want to just give you guys an idea of what's going on. But you know what, though? Here, I want to brag on one of the members real quick. And listen, we have a lot of success everywhere, but I'm gonna show you guys because listen, Carla has been doing an amazing job here. Check this out. So now let's see here. There is where she had in here. I don't want to go through the whole thing. Here we go. We're just gonna go into just posts, okay? And check this out. Chase is offering her a home loan. Now you guys see this, right? This is 23 hours ago. But see, listen, I'm gonna take you guys back. I'm gonna take you guys through the Carla journey. Y'all ready? Watch this. Chase is offering her a home loan. She can buy what she wants. In Chicago, in Chicago. Now she's not in Chicago, but she can buy a 4-unit complete, man. Listen, for way less than that, almost half. Anyway, so listen, Navy Federal gave her a credit limit increase. The list goes on. Look, watch this. Watch this. Listen, I'm gonna take you guys way back. No, hold up, because I don't want y'all to miss too much. Listen, look at this. And this ain't putting up business out there. They're winning. Where can you learn about credit amongst other people that are learning? Okay. So again, credit scores are going up, left and right. Okay. So here, let's keep going. I'm gonna go to, where was it at? I think it's page 6. I can't see it. But either way, she got a credit limit increase. That was with Chase, increase with a brand new credit card with Chase, and it has a $8,000 limit on it. Okay. Then, not to mention, when her auto loan went down about $100 a month. And you guys see right here when she got her game plan. She got her game plan in May. You guys seeing this? Let me zoom in a bit. Hold on. I want you guys to see this. Look at this right here. This is the last thing I'm gonna show you guys right here. I'm gonna zoom in. Car refinance is approved. I'll be saving almost $100 a month. You guys see that? That's what's happening in the 850 Club Elite. Okay. Now I'm just letting you guys know. If you guys got goals you want to accomplish, that's where you want to be at. All right. So she's all right. So let me go through the comments here. Give me 1 second. Here. We're gonna talk about some stuff here, guys, and then we're gonna wrap up. Let me move myself out the way here. There we go. All right, let's jump into the comments, guys. All right, so R Lake is in the house. Appreciate you being here, sir. California is here. R Lake is in the building. R Lake is a part of the 850 Club Elite. Elite, make sure you guys put Elite inside the chat so we know you are here. Okay, Albert's in the building, sir. All right. Then, of course, Alethea is in the house as well, too. Always learning, always dropping gems, and we're still sending prayers your way, too, as well, to Alethea. All right. And then, of course, Booker says, bless all the family with the tragedy at Villanova University. Wow, did not know about that. Okay. Yeah, I've been working for the past few hours, so I most definitely have to look that up. Thanks for letting us know that as well, too, Booker. Ethel is in the house. Appreciate you, Ethel. Another Elite member as well, too. Alethea says, you are in control. Ethel says, you are in control. All right. Nick, what's going on, sir? Nick had some questions for Econ Bulldog. Econ was in the house earlier today, dropping some gems per usual, things of that sort, making sure everybody's using their pledge loans correctly, if that's the route you do want to go. Booker says, I do, because that's my strategy. You guys hit the like button for the algorithm. Appreciate that as well, too. Grinding for the bag. Mike is in the building. Okay. Shirley says, how can we get the credit card company to lower credit card interest rates? Yeah, they won't right now. It's just the economic climate. So when rates come down, that's when everything else will kind of follow that same trend, but nothing that they can do right now. I have seen some people kind of threaten to leave, but the rates just aren't there. Not for long term. A lot of stuff that's short term right now for sure. Cassandra, you are exactly right. Alethea says facts. Nicholas says that's definitely a fact. And Nicholas says you don't know what you don't know. Cassandra says you don't know what you don't know. Alethea says you don't know. She says you don't know what you don't know. Okay. And of course, pay your bills. All right. Now, Mike says that's why I'm prepared when my score drops, because my profile is going to speak for itself. That's right. Let me tell you guys something. When you have the right foundation, okay, that's when, again, you don't have to worry about certain things. I will say this, though, as we get older, like when the house gets paid off, the cars get paid off, you don't have as much movement anymore, right? So again, just keep that in mind as we get older, okay? And Ethel says, hi, she says, what have you done for me lately? The song, right? Absolutely. All right. So, all right, let's see. Nick says, understand how credit works is essential in today's day and age. 850 Club Elite is such a blessing as well. Albert says, I'm at work. He said, I'm a work in progress. 850 Club Elite is helping tremendously. Alethea says, listen, forget all that. Team Yellow is in the building. Okay. And let's not start it now. Let's not start it. Booker says, Elite is going strong. Booker's back in this piece. Appreciate you, sir. Give us some updates too in the community when you can. Nick says, let's go. You know, I got you, Nick. You know, I got you. All right. All right. Calvin Colwell's in the building, sir. Come on, Team Blue. Listen, Calvin, you must be getting some sleep, man. Or your football team ain't been doing what they. Who's at the Buffalo Bills? I forgot who it was. The 49ers. I can't remember who it was. But you know, Calvin normally he'd be louder than this. I don't know where you been at, man. Mike says, I have a question. When Econ was talking about Navy Federal, what was he talking about when it comes to authorized users? I missed that part. I don't recall. I don't know if he went into authorized users. I can't, not that I remember, but that video will be up by tomorrow. So you'll get access to it tomorrow. But I don't recall him bringing up authorized users that I remember. And Booker says they have an active shooter on campus. Oh, wow. That's insane. So yeah, we'll most definitely keep an eye out for that for sure. All right. Well, listen, guys, Grinding for the Bag says Team Yellow is in the house. Listen, Team Blue, where y'all at, man? Yellow always representing deep on the lives. Blue, where y'all at? All right. But anyway, again, guys, here, listen, there is a price increase tomorrow. Okay. So again, you most definitely want to make sure that you guys are in the building. Okay. So here, to join the 850 Club Elite, go ahead and go to www.850clubelite.com. Okay. 850clubelite.com. Calvin says Buffalo Bills. Okay. I figured that's who it was. And of course, Albert says True Blue is in the house. There we go. All right. But either way, guys, listen. And I forgot to mention this too. You see this screenshot over here to the left? Let me go and zoom in. Listen, this is one of our elite members. Okay. This is a $20,000 limit credit card. Okay. So again, it's not about just getting approved for it. It's about just in case an opportunity presents itself, just in case an emergency happens. You don't have to always, of course, do certain things a certain way. You can also pay your personal bills with this stuff because they've been learning different strategies to pay certain bills with certain credit cards so they can get certain points and they can take trips and things of that sort. Right? It's the same stuff you're already doing. This isn't about debt accumulation. This is about building a relationship and saying, hey, bank, I'm gonna use this. I know why. I know you want me to get caught up, but I'm not. But you're not gonna catch me up, right? Because now we're moving smarter. We're moving smarter, guys. And of course, Mike says, "Go Niners, man! Y'all better find y'all a receiver." That's what I do know. Okay, but anyway, all right then, guys. We'll see you all inside the community again. Join the 850 Club Elite. Price increase.